I gotta tell you, I love a good dessert. And sometimes people say, hey, baking is hard. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. I gotta tell you something. I've taken the mystery out of making the most epic cupcake, and I put a little spin on it that is gonna make it super fantastic. This is gonna be my vanilla buttermilk cupcake with a mascarpone cheese frosting. It's out of this world. Let's get started, all right? So first, I've got some oil that I wanna add right into this bowl. To the oil, I'm gonna add in some buttermilk, another ingredient that'll keep it nice and moist. And then I'm gonna put in 2 cups of sugar right into here. All right, we'll give this a stir with a spoon just until you've gotten the sugar well incorporated. And I'm doing this literally with a spoon, no whisk or anything. All right, so I'm gonna crack in 2 eggs, 1, second one. All right, and then along with the egg, we need some flavoring. So I'm gonna drop in some vanilla extract. Right, and then I always put a little too much vanilla. I always put more than you think you need because you really want it to smell really, really good. All right, and don't worry if it's not all combined because you gotta put flour in here and it'll become nice and smooth whenever you do that. Simple, right? Now the rest of the dry ingredients. I've got a pinch of kosher salt that I'm gonna drop in here. Just helps bring out the flavor when you're baking. To that, I've got some baking soda. I'm gonna make this nice and moist and react really well with the buttermilk. So I'm gonna stir that first, and then I'm gonna add in the flour. So you want 2 cups of all-purpose flour, so no need to even sift it. And give that a stir. Make sure you get everything well incorporated. All right, and there you have it. Look, the most epic and beautiful vanilla cake batter. Look at that. And we did that with no whisk or a mixer. All right, so I'm gonna pour the batter. Try not to make a mess. I'm gonna pour the batter into this measuring cup. So far, so good. Then I'm gonna fill each of these cupcake liners about 3/4 of the way up because they'll rise a little bit. All right, perfect. All right, my oven's preheated 350 degrees. These are gonna go in 10, 12 minutes until they're golden brown and delicious. Meanwhile, we'll get started on making the most epic mascarpone vanilla frosting you've ever had. So to start the frosting, here's what we're gonna do. I don't know if you say frosting or icing, but whatever you say, just make it this way and get it on the cupcake so it's gonna be really good. I've got a container of mascarpone cheese. Now, if you're not familiar with mascarpone cheese, it is an Italian cream cheese. It's very soft, very pillowy, and it makes for a really good frosting for cupcakes. To that, I've got some sugar because you gotta sweeten it up a little bit. All right, and then we're gonna mix these 2 together just until it's nice and smooth. I'm going to scrape down the sides, and then let's add in all of the good stuff. So I've got some vanilla extract, and then I've got some heavy cream to make it nice and fluffy. That on, let that go. Start it on low first, and then we'll gradually increase the speed. All right, there you go. I told you, the most epic vanilla frosting you've ever had right here. Nice and creamy. Ooh, look at that. Look how thick that is, okay? Now, if your frosting ain't thick like this, you ain't doing it right, okay? But at the same time, not overly sweet and just gonna be nice and fluffy for our cupcakes. So speaking of cupcakes, let's grab them out the oven and we let them cool off a little bit. So what I wanna do now with the cupcakes, I'm just gonna put the cupcakes onto a plate. Look at that. So the most epic cupcakes get the most epic frosting, right? So I'm gonna cut a little hole in the bottom of a disposable pastry bag. I'm gonna put a little round tip at the bottom. Now, we'll fold this down, and the idea is to get the frosting down here. So we'll just close this up a little bit by turning it and squeezing some of it out. I like to do just a nice quick dollop of frosting right on the top of each one. So we'll just do dollop like that. A little fresh mint that we'll put on top of each cupcake to make it look nice and pretty. This only requires me to go in here and taste it at this point. The house smells like the best bakery you could ever imagine in your whole life, okay? It smells so good. Here we go. Look at this. The cupcake is so soft and pillowy, which is great, nice and moist. The frosting, not too sweet, but is so light and fluffy. I'll tell you, like, this is the way to go. The recipe, you know where it's gonna be on my website, DariusCooks.tv. There's two things I gotta tell you, as I always do. Food is my life. Life is my food. Until next time, I gotta wish you happy cooking or baking. Huh? From my heart to yours. Bye, y'all.